Namaskar students. So far we have considered beam that moves along the straight line, straight path, and there we have used axis symmetric electric and magnetic field. So that was we have done in case of paraxial ray equations we have derived, and then we have studied several lenses. Now let us consider the different case when the charged particle is moving in a circular path. Like we have seen in case of betatron, classical cyclotron, syncocyclotron, or isochronous cyclotron, or even in a synchrotron. If you see in betatron, classical cyclotron, and in syncocyclotron, the magnetic field implied are axially symmetric and the orbit of the particles are circle. On the other hand, modern sector focusing cyclotron and high energy synchrotron have magnetic field that vary azimuthal. So in case of high energy synchrotron, magnetic field basically vary with the azimuthally, and the orbit shape depart from a circle. In all cases, the fields are designed in such a way that the particle comprising the beam perform oscillations. It is not like that when beam is moving in a circular path that path will be stable. It means that whenever beam is moving in a synchrotron or isochronous cyclotron, that to make one revolution of a beam in a circular path, it has to make some more revolution, means it has to be deviated from the circular path, and it will move into the radial direction, means that is in horizontal direction and in vertical direction. So that is basically known as the oscillations. So in all cases the field or that is why I am saying in all cases the field are designed in such a way that the particle comprising the beam performs oscillations in the radial and axial direction about the closed orbit or equilibrium orbit. So these oscillations are known as the betatron oscillations. Since they were investigated theoretically by Kirst and Serber in connection with the betatron, so because Kirst and Serber have derived the complete equation for the condition of satisfying the circular orbit, so that is why this oscillations is known as the betatron oscillations, because that calculation was done first in the case of beta. That is why this is known as the betatron oscillations, and it was done by the Kirst and Serber. So let us start. So when charged particle is moving in a circular orbit, it means it can move in a radial direction or in a axial direction. Radial direction means in a horizontal direction, and axial direction means in a vertical direction. So these motions are basically known as the radial betatron motion or horizontal betatron motion. Similarly, in axial betatron motion or that is vertical betatron motion. So let us try to understand what is the radial betatron motion. So in order to derive Kirst-Serber equation, that is basically equation of motion when charged particle is moving in a circular orbit, so it make oscillations in radial direction. So that is known as the radial betatron motion. In order to do that, let we define the equilibrium orbit of a particle of momentum, that is P is equal to gamma mv. So this I have defined as the circle with radius r0 centered on the axis. So if you, I think I have given yes, I have given a diagram. So here this diagram shows basically that is the diagram for the the a diagram is for the radial direction. So this is for the radial and this is for the axial. This is for axial focusing and this is for the radial focusing. So we are doing radial focusing. I think I have given one more diagram. Here I have given when charged particle is let us say r0 radius is there, r0 radius of the circular radius is there. When charged particle moving in a circular orbit, so rather than from the center, it is completing a circular path. What we will do when it is moving in a circular path, it will make some oscillations like this. It particle will make oscillation. This oscillations is known as the radial beta tran. Yeah, that is known as the beta tran oscillations. So if it is moving in a radial direction, that is known as the radial beta tran motion. So similarly, it can move in a vertical direction also, that is known as the axial or vertical beta tran motion. So this orbit this orbit is in the median plane. That means that is in median plane. That means z is equal to 0, which is the plane where radial component of b is 0. So one can find out the r0. So r0 can be find out by using the centripetal force. So I have written here. So that is for basically centrifugal force, that is mv square upon, that is out, that is working when it is moving in a radial direction. So that is working outward. And then that was the Lorentz force because of the presence of magnetic field. So that is basically q v cross b, that is q v b z. So that is the inward direction. So both this inward and outward force basically makes the charged particle move in a circular orbit. So here we can write r0 is equal to gamma mv upon q b0. So that is the path, circular path, which is moving, in which the particle is moving. Then we can write multiply by c and divide by c. So that we can write beta gamma mc upon q b0, where b0 is the bz, r0 means the magnetic field as the axis of the charge particle, that is in z direction. So let us define magnetic field. We know we have done in the case of axis symmetric magnetic field. So b is basically this can be written as radial magnetic field and then axial magnetic field. So this br is equal to br will be function of rz and bz will be function of rz, and gamma m, that is constant, and velocity vector, that will be equal to r dot and r theta dot and equal to 0. So this r dot is velocity vector and r theta, that is angular velocity. Consider radial motion of particle with velocity v moving in the median plane. That means z is equal to 0. That is here in all cases z component is equal to 0. So because charged particle is moving in a median plane. So this is the diagram for the radial focusing. So there are basically two forces are working. One centrifugal force, that is working outward, and Lorentz force, that is inwards. So both makes charged particle to move in a circular path. But during the motion, charged particle do some beta tran oscillations. So we can calculate br rz is equal to r0 is equal to 0. So bz will be equal to bz r0. So equation of motion of particle we can write. So if you remember back, I started from the beginning. That was the equation of motion, that is d over dt gamma m r dot minus gamma m r theta dot square is equal to gamma m r double dot minus gamma m r theta dot square is equal to QER plus R theta dot BZ minus Z B theta. So this equation, that was equation of motion. So since ER, that means we have not applied any electric field in case of focusing of charged particle. So that is why no electric field. So ER is becomes equal to 0, and B theta, that terms equal to become 0 because of the azimuthal symmetry in a cylindrical beamline or circular path. And so equation of motion will become gamma m r double dot minus gamma m r theta dot square is equal to q r dot bz. So let us assume that particle is displaced from its equilibrium position by the small amount of distance, that is x. So x is equal to, that is r minus r0. Experience a radial force with will either drive it back toward r0 focusing, or rather away from r0, that is defocusing. So what I mean to say that when charged particle moving in a circular path, so let us assume that charged particle is basically, this is r0 distance, charged particle is displaced from a little distance, so that is x distance. So this x will be equal to, let us say, that is a new position, that is r0, and this is small r, capital R0 and the small r0. So this will make a oscillation in circular orbit. So that we can write equation of motion for the beta tran oscillation. So this x is equal to, I have made a diagram also. So this x is equal to r0, r minus small r minus r0. So r can be written as small r can be written as capital R0 plus x, or r0 1 plus x upon r0, or small r can be written as r0 1 plus x upon r0, where x is less than capital R0. And this bz, so bzr is equal to, we know that is the axis symmetry magnetic field, bz r0 plus del z del bz upon del r x. So let us define a new quantity here. This is the magnetic field. So now in order to do the calculations, we will define a new quantity. That quantity is known as the uh, uh, field index. This is very important, note down here. So n is equal to minus del bz upon del r upon r. So this quantity is known as the field index, or we can simplify it. N is equal to minus r0 upon b0 del bz upon del r. So this is known as the field index. So if we can write this magnetic field, so bzr is equal to b0 minus, we substitute the value of magnetic field. So we can write, just I have divided and multiply r0 and b0 to minus r0 b0 del bz upon del r into x. Just this equation, this above equation. I have rewritten this above equation. So we can write bz r is equal to b0 minus r0 b0 del bz upon del r into x upon r0 b0. So this quantity is exactly equal to how much, that is field index. So we can write this bz r is equal to b0 minus n x upon r0 b0, or bz can be written as this equation. So for electron, we know that q is equal to minus q, that is charge of the electron. So we can write equation of motion. So this equation of motion will become, so that will be equal to gamma m r double dot minus gamma m r theta dot square is equal to minus q r theta dot bz, or r theta dot, where r theta dot, that is basically angular velocity, that is v theta, r is equal to approximate, that is equal to v. Okay, so bz can and bz is equal to, we know that b0 bracket में 1 minus n x upon r0. So this equation of motion will become gamma m r double dot minus gamma mv square upon r is equal to minus q v bz, or we can write gamma m r double dot minus gamma mv square upon r is equal to minus q v b0, and substituting the value of bz, तो ये तो क्या हो जाएगा, that is 1 minus n x upon x0. So this equation will get. Now this x is equal to r minus r0, or r is equal to x plus r0. So r can be written as a r0 1 plus x upon r0. So this quantity, so 1 upon r, if you see here, so here 1 upon r quantity is there. Okay, so that is why we have to find out 1 upon r. So 1 upon r is equal to 1 upon r0 bracket in bracket 1 plus x upon r0 inverse minus 1. So 1 upon r is equal to, just by binomial by expansion, so we can write 1 upon r equal to 1 upon r0 1 minus x upon r0. So x is equal to r minus r0. So x dot will be equal to, obviously, that is x dot is equal to r dot minus 0. Why this r? Because r capital R0 is equal to constant. So this differentiation of this capital R0 becomes equal to 0. And similarly x double dot is equal to r double dot. So we can substitute this value. If we substitute this value, so what will get equation of motion? So this equation of motion will become, that is gamma m double x dot minus gamma m v square capital R0 1 minus x upon r0. What I have did? I have substituted the value of 1 upon r0 in place of 1 upon r. Okay, that will be equal to minus q v b0 1 minus n x upon capital R0. So if we solve it, so we will get this equation. Just straightforward, I have right hand side quantity I have did on the left hand side. So from we know from the Lorentz equation, that is QVB0 is equal to gamma mv square upon r0. So we if we further simplify, so we can get this equation. So if you further simplify, just here this quantity and this quantity will be equal. So I have cut it down, this quantity and this quantity. So what we'll get? We'll get gamma m double x dot plus gamma mv square upon r0 square x minus n, where n is the field index. Okay, gamma mv square upon capital R0 square x is equal to 0. So or we can simplify further. So we can write gamma m x double dot plus gamma mv square upon R0 square 1 minus n into x. Just I have taken this gamma m v square upon R0 square common between these two, so that's become equation become like this. Or we can further simplify, so that equation of motion will become x double dot plus v square upon R0 square in bracket 1 minus n x equal to 0. So this is the equation of motion. Now we'll define, if you see here, that v upon r0, so that is basically equal to the, if you go back and remember the cyclotron frequency, that is basically exactly equal to the cyclotron frequency, that is omega c. So cyclotron frequency at equilibrium radius r0, so that is v upon r0. So we can write this above equation of motion, so that will be equal to x double dot plus omega c square 1 minus n x is equal to 0, or we can write x double dot plus omega r square into x is equal to 0. So this equation is known as the Kerst-Server equation for radial Betatron motion. Remember, this equation is very important for the focusing of charged particle in a circular path, where what we have taken, where omega r square is exactly equal to, that is 1 minus n omega c square, or we can write omega r is equal to under root 1 minus n into c. So this quantity is known as the radial Betatron frequency. So when charged particle is moving in a circular path, it deviates from the radial it deviates from the equilibrium orbit, so in radial direction. So it oscillates in a radial direction, so that is that oscillation frequency, that is omega r is equal to under root 1 minus n into omega c. So that is known as the radial Betatron frequency. This is again very important. So sometimes several important questions used to be asked on this equation. So that is, now we'll define, we'll try to find out this equation in let us define S is equal to r into theta. So or we can write I divide with t and t. So this theta upon t, that is equal to theta dot into t. So r theta dot into t, or we can write that is v into t. R theta is equal to v, so that is angular velocity, and that we have written that is v. So v into t. So this is basically known as the distance along the equilibrium orbit. So we can write this equation. So if you see that above equation, that is a Kerst-Server equation, that is time dependent. Now we'll try to write this equation as a trajectory dependent. So we can write x double prime. So we know that x double prime is equal to derivative of that is distance along the equilibrium orbit, that was we have taken earlier, that is z. So here we are taking, that is because charged particle is moving in a median plane, so that z is equal to 0. So that is why we are defining a quantity, that is s. So we will write d square x upon ds square, or we can write that is 1 upon r0 square omega c square into x double dot. Okay, so when we will convert, so it means we can find out the x double dot. The x double dot will be equal to r0 square into omega c square into x double prime. So this will be converted. So if we convert, then this above equation, this Kerst-Server equation will become, that is x double prime plus kr square into x is equal to 0. So this equation will become this. Again, this equation is also known as the Kerst-Server equation for radial Betatron motion. So where this kr is equal to 2 pi upon lambda r equal to nu r upon r0, r equal to under root 1 minus n upon r, or similarly this is known as the Betatron wave number. So this kr basically Betatron wave number, and where lambda r is known as the Betatron wavelength. So if we define new r, so new r is equal to, if you convert, so that we can convert it, so new r will be equal to omega r upon omega c, so that will be exactly equal to 1 minus n to power half r under root 1 minus n. So this is known as the Betatron tune, or number of radial Betatron oscillations periods per revolution. So in one revolution, how many number of oscillation will do charged particle in a radial path, so that is known as the Betatron tune. So if we analyze the above equation, so if omega r is less than 0, if you see here, so this equation, if omega r is less than equal to less than 0, that means that is negative, then n will be greater than 1. In that case, orbit are unstable. Obviously, if n is greater than 1, so that means in under root, if you see this new r, if n is positive quantity, then new r will be some complex quantity. That means orbit is unstable. Similarly, if you have omega r is positive, that means this omega r is positive, omega r is positive, r n is less than 1. If n is less than 1, that means n should be, this field index should be negative quantity. If this field index is negative, that means less than 1, obviously this negative becomes positive, so we will get some new r. So that means then we will get some real number. So that means orbit are stable, or periodic solution is there for x. So that is why, in order to when charged particle moving in a circular path, that radial oscillation, there will be radial oscillations, or orbit path will be stable when this field index will be negative, and that then the stable orbit will be there. If field index is positive, that is greater than 1, that it means positive, then this orbit will be not stable. So this is the one condition. So I have derived. If you find out the solution of this Kirch-Scherber equation, that is x double prime plus k square x is equal to 0, so that will be equal to x is equal to xm sine omega rt, or x is equal to xm sine kr into s. So this is the solution of the Kirch-Scherber equation. So that is telling the trajectory of the charged particle moving in a circular path. To now, I have done the derivation, the Kirch-Scherber equation in a radial Betatron motion, or this is also sometimes known as the horizontal Betatron motion. Okay. So in next class, I will start the axial Betatron motion or vertical Betatron motion. So आज यहीं तक. तो I hope you understand my lectures. So thanking you very much for listening me. And now I have started the YouTube channel, so I upload on the YouTube channel these lectures. So I wish that you understood on YouTube channel, and if you like my lecture, please like on the YouTube and share it with your friends. Thanking you very much. Stay at your home, stay safe.